Welcome back to CE Week 2016. I am your host, Jason Aaron, and we are live from New York City. It is loud in here. You can hear in the background as tonight we are open to the public, and we enter, yes, we're getting ready to enter our final hour. Welcome. What you will notice is not in front of me is a product because it's on your neck.
That is indeed.
What do you got?
So I'm from Jabra, and we're a company that's been in the wireless audio space for a long time, at least. And what we have here today is the Jabra Halo Smart, which is a pair of, as you can see, wireless in-ear stereo products. But what's different about them is obviously we're focusing a lot on not just the music experience, but putting a lot of effort into the call experience. So what we're focusing on is making sure that not only are you going to be switching to your music and your video, but when you switch to a call, you don't need to swap headsets or pick up your phone or hold the microphone in front of your mouth, that you're going to have a great, clear call experience.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the product that Apple has created that everyone's so used to using, you know, your microphone's kind of down here, so if you're in an environment like this where it's very loud, you're in the subway, whatever, I mean, we're here in New York City, you're always holding it up to your mouth. I mean, What's the point of, what's the point of having wireless, or what's the point of hands-free when it's hands-on?
When you're using a hand, exactly.
So how does this work?
So basically what we've done is, our history has always been in making Bluetooth headsets or in-car products. So we've got a great amount of specialty in communication. So firstly, we spend a lot of time on the microphone, making sure that it has the right level of noise suppression, that it picks up your voice. What's unique to it is we've added wind noise protection around the mic. So that way when you're walking down the streets and you're walking around, that wind noise gets blocked out. That's one of the biggest offenders, of course. And then second to that, also for people that spend a lot of time in calls, which is why it's a neck band, is making sure that you're just easily accessible. You don't have to fumble around for the headset. It's just there. You detach the earbuds, it answers the call, you put it in.
Now, is that magnetic?
These are magnetic over here. When you pull them apart, if a phone call comes through, it vibrates, you pull it apart, you put them in your ear, it automatically answers the call for you on the phone.
Amazing.
So there's one way of storing it, or for some people you can just put it on the neck as well. There's magnets in there.
That is perfect. So where is the microphone?
The microphone is just here on the left. So that's where the microphone sits. So when you talk, it picks up your voice from there. And there's a ton of other voice features around it. There's a little voice button over here. So if let's say you're in a conference call, you just tap that button and it mutes you. That way no one has to hear, especially over here, all the noise around you. Or if you're not in a call and you tap it, Google Now Siri will pop up and you can use your voice assistant on your phone.
So it uses the functionality that the stock headset that would come with your iPhone uses in terms of button pressing.
Yeah.
Will it work for music as well?
Of course, in the end, the reason why you buy a stereo piece is because you want music. But it has all electronics over here, so that means there's a lot of space in the earbuds, 10mm speakers, which is a lot of sound that you can get through that. So it does very, very well in music. And then, of course, there's, again, the calls. Now, some other things is when it's a neck band, obviously, you got to think about how much battery do you get out of it. A slightly bigger product means that you can fit a bigger battery, so it has 17 hours of talk time or 15 hours of music. That's a lot of talk time out of a wireless product, at least.
That sounds about like my typical day, unfortunately, on the phone. But that is, in all seriousness, that will get you.
That will get you through. I use it a lot. I spend a lot of time on it. To give you an example, what our app does, it actually tracks your usage on Android, shows you how much I've been talking on this since I took the train down from Boston from our offices to New York to be here. I've been tracking my usage. It'll tell me when next I need to charge, which is Wednesday in this case. But for a heavy user, you're getting at least a week's worth of use out of it before you need to charge.
Incredible. And then is there an iOS app for that as well?
So the app is on both iOS and Android. There is a slight difference in features just because of the platforms, but for the most part, it'll give you features being able to tell you how to use the headset or find your headset and things like that. So.
I am certainly sold. Does Jabra have any other products here that you're showing off at CE Week?
We have a ton of products. This is the one that we're launching. This is what we're talking about, but we have a whole range of sports and fitness products that can measure your heart rate from your ears, stuff like that. We have obviously a lot of our traditional voice products out there. They're available in plenty stores, Amazon, Best Buy, things like that. But the Halo Smart specifically, they're launching in Best Buy. They're available this week already. The product's only $79, so that's a great price point. Hopefully a lot of people can get access to it.
So aside from Best Buy, where else can I buy this?
Sorry, say again?
Aside from Best Buy, where can I buy this?
It's for Best Buy now, and then eventually it'll roll out to places, traditional places like Amazon, a lot of the airport stores, a lot of other major retailers will be picking it up shortly as well.
I mean, I would love to get my hands on a pair of those. The design, I'm just looking at it on you. It's amazing functionality,
Discreet.
answers your calls. Yeah, and it's, I think the biggest thing from what I see right now is it doesn't require you to keep the earbuds in all the time.
No. So, I mean, the thing is, we built it around people who spend a lot of time in calls. And when you look at those sort of people, there's two things that are very important. If you spend a lot of time in calls, most likely it's going to be for business. And what's important is availability and accessibility. Availability means being able to answer that call immediately. That's why we chose a neckband. It sits on your neck the whole time. It's always there. All I need to do is just pull it apart and I'm there. The other issue with other products is that it's hard to find. It's in your pocket. You pull it out, you've missed the call, stuff like that. And then when it comes to accessibility and availability, obviously is being able to have long battery time. There's only so much you can fit in a tiny pair of buds. And getting a neckband in just was that extra talk time. It makes a huge difference, which is why we've chosen it.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, and we talked about this before you came on, I have earbuds that I love in terms of quality of sound for music, but then, yes, it falls short in every other department because if I'm not listening to music or watching a movie, they're stuck in my ears. If I take them off, there's no real place to put them. They're kind of hanging.
I've seen a lot of creative ways. Some people even hang
wrap it around.
I can show it because, I mean, you get the people that walk around with their buds like this.
Yes.
I love it, not, but that's one of the ways of having it out. I mean, in the end, it's just about finding something easy, and that's what the neckband wearing style does. It solves all those issues you just talked about.
Yeah, I mean, for $79 and just the fact that you've actually thought through the consumer use case and who this works for, it's a great product.
Thank you. We hope so, and we hope a lot of people out there will stop having frustrations with the call side of things, because I mean, we spend more than ever time communicating with each other. We still spend a lot of time on calls, but now there's Skype, Viber, every other way of calling, FaceTime, things like that. But if you look at even the chat messaging platforms, WhatsApp, WeChat, Facebook Messenger, all of those platforms now support the ability to do calls. So voice is super important for talking to each other, and also it's very, very important because all of the smartphones and all of the other operating systems support some sort of voice assistant. So we're talking to our machines. I'm a product guy, I can be very nerdy, but the way we use our voice is just important, and that's why spending time on the call quality on a stereo product, on your audio product, is as important as that music experience, at least.
I couldn't agree more. Check it out. Check out the website. Go to Best Buy. Try these things on. Without having even touched it yet, I can tell you're going to love it. We'll be back with more here live from New York City, CE Week 2016. I'm your host, Jason Aaron. Stay tuned.